Wir kämpfen für Gleichberechtigung und Selbstverständlichkeit. 50 Jahre Frauenstimmrecht auf Radio X.
Vom 1. bis am 6. Februar geben wir das Mikrofon weiter an Organisationen und Personen, die sich für die Gleichberechtigung stark machen. Heute die Pelin Vedis. Die Pelin Vedis ist Techno-DJ und Partyveranstalterin. Sie lebt und arbeitet in Basel, kommt ursprünglich aber aus Istanbul. Via Zoom hat sie für Radio X mit 2 welschen Produzentinnen, DJs und Bookerinnen geredet. Thema: Diskriminierung und Sexismus im Techno-Business. Die beiden Frauen aus Lausanne, Leila und Nast, haben mit der Pelin Vedis über ihr reines Female-Kollektiv geschwätzt und über die Stigmatisierung von so einem Kollektiv, wenn nur Frauen dabei dürfen sein.
Ich bin Pelin Vedis. Heute habe ich 2 Gäste fürs Interview mit mir aus Lausanne. 2 sehr tolle Members aus dem Statement-Kollektiv. Leila und Nast. Ich habe den beiden paar Fragen für unser Thema 50 Jahre Frauenstimmenrecht in der Schweiz gestellt.
Yes, so hello, thanks a lot for inviting us to talk. I am Nast. I'm a DJ, I'm producing, and I'm freshly the booker of La Gravière in duo with Leila. I also co-run a label that is called Big Science, and I am part of Statement Collective, and it's a non-hierarchic, non-profit collective dedicated to promote and support the alternative culture and especially like femme artists. So yeah, I think it's in a nutshell, this is me.
Okay, so hello, my name is Leila and my DJ name is Grise. I'm also a programmer at La Gravière with Nast, a part of Statement. I am a mother and I working in the music industry since like 12 years now. So, voilà.
Wow, it has been very long for you.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
so
yes.
I can imagine that you experienced a lot of things. You saw a lot of changes and developments in the scene. And regarding to that, I would like to ask about your Statement Collective. Like, where was this found and how you two joined, or were you one of the founders as well?
No, we didn't found it. It's a collective that was formed by Tanua and La Bohème. And I was asked by Tanua to join it. And it's been 3 years now.
Yes, 4.
4 years, yeah. And it's been a little bit changing and growing. And now we have 7 super, super talented women inside that I'm really proud to call my sister. So it's very cool.
So it's female or female identifying artists mainly, right?
Yes.
So cool.
It was very funny actually when we founded it. It was like there was such a big, not drama, but scandal, because we were like an only female collective. Everyone was talking about it because it was like, I don't know, like so crazy for the scene that like women decide to be only with women. But I mean, It's always happening with guys collective. Nobody is asking anything about it. But I really remember clearly that it was making like such a scandal because we were only women, which was cool for us because we had attention, but it was kind of crazy to see how people react to like women getting together to play music. I think people were like confused, a little scared. I think also somehow, I think some people were also saying that we were super like extremists, to not want to have any more anything not men, and that we were like super strict, and we were like directly cataloged as super political and super feminist. And I mean, of course, I think we all have very strong opinions, but I don't think the founding of the collective was at all aimed to be like a feminist power politic move. It was just that we are women and we wanted to support each other and play together. I think it's difficult to feel legitimate when you're a woman and to start to play in this man's world. I mean, like Leila said, when I started, there was also not so much women around me that I could identify with. I remember one time someone asked me like, yeah, can you give me like 3 female artists that really influenced you when you were young? And I find myself not knowing what to answer because I realized I only listen to men. actually playing when I was like starting to go out and going in clubs. And actually I realized, oh fuck, I actually like just listen like really only to men. And I think this changed a lot because there is way more faces now where you can identify it, and I'm very proud of this. I think that it makes it more easy as a woman to like feel you can do it too, and that it's not like only a guy man word. But I think there is still works to do. Like we have to keep on being really present and keep on, I think, talking about it until we don't need to talk about it. I hope one day.
Yeah, but I think also, the scene is not only the DJ, it's a lot the programmer, it's a lot the sound engineer and a lot of other work. Yeah. And it's super important that they also have a woman in the programmation or in all the other jobs. Because I think it's not only to put the female into the visual space, but also in the other work in the scene is super important.
That's how I also see, because while most of the programmers being male, also I think there is some selection happening there as well, and male guys inviting their male friends or other male artists, and so in that selection part, things to change. And even though there is enough artists, I feel like they don't get the visibility they deserve sometimes because that programming part fails. And organizing parts, whether it's a festival or a club or event. And also, as you say, like there's a light technician, sound technician. There are so many jobs, and females tend to be put on where you can see them, like on the bar, on the entry, or as an artist to invite, but also a lot of background work would be my wish for the future, to see more women involved in any world in electronic music. Yes, and I wanted to share about one experience, and also speaking out about such topics is really important. It doesn't still year 2021, but we have so much to progress still. And what happened to me just a couple of weeks ago on the internet page where I was commenting, because loud through the lockdown, and so a lot of collectives started to organize master classes through internet, where you can just pay a fee and join to some artists' workshops where they talk about their producing and their own knowledge to other people. And I came across the page, it was getting quite known, and they have 10 to 12 master classes done, and they haven't yet invited a single female producer into their classes. So I commented on one of their pictures just saying, okay, great, your program looks amazing, but I think in this year, 2021, I would like to see more female involvement, and through that, you need some work to do and some reflecting on the job you do. And that was the comment I left. I just had this inside feeling that I do a screenshot of this to remember. And after I did that, 5 minutes later, my comment was deleted and my account was blocked by this group of people. So of course I got really furious and I was like, we need to talk about this. I made a story post about saying my comment, here's the picture, here's what I wrote, and these people blocked me and they deleted my comments. I invited people to just talk about it, comment, share, we need to get this out. I received a lot of support, but to this day they still didn't unblock me, they didn't apologize. My comment is still deleted, and it's it still shows me also how much repression is there, or how much some people don't want to deal with the problematic behavior they have. And then they, of course, stand out and say, but no, we're not sexist, or we're not, we're also giving enough space to females. Look at our previous events. We invited 2 girls last year. And you're like, oh, wow, great job. But yeah, so this I find also really, really important, that more and more people should speak out.
Yeah, I live in experience. Same like you, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, they have a small collective from Geneva and Lausanne asked to producer. But in French, I don't know sure to explain that, but we don't say producer. They have a female name for producer, we say producteur or productrice.
Yeah.
And then only ask for producteur, and I just write a comment to the story and say, and what about the productrice and every other gender that they want to maybe send you a production.
Yes.
And they say just an answer like, this is not the question. Everybody can come and explain to this guy that it's super important to write and be inclusive all the time, because for women it's super difficult to feel legitimate, or you say Nast in English? Legitimate. Sometimes it's super important to write that it's open for everybody.
Exactly.
And they just never answer me again, and they restart this story to ask for producteur. Maybe
they didn't even change their way of writing.
No. I was like,
yes.
And they say that I was like feminist that just want to make a scandal for nothing.
Yeah, that was very similar to what they responded to my comment as well. They didn't respond to me directly, but they made a post about it, and they said they felt attacked. They felt, and that is such a pity, because like you don't want to be categorized, or you don't want to be just looked at. This is the angry female speaking out, but when there is a problem, I'm not speaking out because of my gender. I'm speaking out because where I see a systematic problem.
And it's a systematic way of reacting. I have the feeling to be like all the time when you call out about those questions of sexism and like inclusivity in the scene, that often we are called like hysterical or feminist, or that we want to make scandal, and like the issue is not addressed at all, and they use this super emotional side to say that we just want to create problem and that they do everything right. And I think it's super problematic that those kind of, it's a lot of time only men collective, or like male, much more male collective, that has this really issue to address the problem. Like it's also happening for us a lot now that we are starting to make the bookings. And we start to work mainly with male, and every time we call out about like a sexism remark or like paternalist issue or like stuff that are happening that are very ordinary, but that is happening really a lot. It's always like you are like super feminist and too extreme, and you find problem everywhere. And I think for this needs really to change, because like I don't see how we can change the issue and really do the work if like the first people who needs to make the work don't want to address the issue. Like it's honestly really problematic, and I think it's also having a super emotional toll on woman or any queer femme person that is not represented as them in the scene. I think it's also emotionally very difficult to keep on like calling out, when every time you call out you're like being treated as like the crazy feminist extremist.
Yes. But also, I want to ask quickly about your monthly residence and a radio that we actually met in Transition Radio in Fribourg, which is a very, very lovely location, and you're hosting your monthly show there actually. And how did it started, and you are still continuing? Could you please tell a bit?
The radio show called Ultime Sum. It's like angry feminist. It's actually like this, like if you are. It's like, and every month I have one or two guests. That depends. And next one gonna be the 14th February with Pastram. He's like super good DJ from Lausanne actually. Yeah. And I don't know. I think it's all. Voilà.
50 Jahre Frauenstimmrecht. 50 Jahre Frauenstimmrecht. Menschen, die sich stark machen für Gleichberechtigung von allen, egal was für ein Gender. Ihre Stimme vom 1. bis am 6. Februar, immer am 11. auf Radio X.